My dish is leek and oysters, and I'm going to make an oyster emulsion. Put fresh oysters on top of that, and then I'm going to cover the whole thing with braised leek sheets.
So we'll be untucking the oyster and finding all of the...
Yeah, the sheets will just be on top. The pearls come from oysters, but they're also hidden in an oyster, so I wanted to do oysters.
That.
I wanted it to be hidden,
Yeah.
but it has to look beautiful. Now I'm moving on to prepping my oysters. Okay.
Pete, did you know oysters are aphrodisiac?
They're aphrodisiac.
Did you know that, Pete?
I've heard of it. I've heard of that.
Play your cards right, you might find out what they can do.
All right, fantastic. Need to be very careful. Before the competition, there's no way I would order oysters. But now, my palate has definitely matured throughout this competition, and oysters are something that I'm growing to love.
Work safe with those oysters, Pete.
Yep. But I've not shucked oysters, so I feel like a bit of a goofball. So I'm gonna look like a bit of a shucking idiot. Okay. I'm still shucking oysters. Here it is. Right now, I don't know how I'm gonna get this all done.
Can I give you a little word of advice? You know you can just put them straight on and they'll steam open.
They'll steam open?
Yeah.
Andy gives me this pointer that I can just put them unshucked on the hibachi and they will actually steam open.
Whoa!
Wow, that was so quick.
Oh, bro.
Oh yeah, it's popped open. The shells start to come open. It's very exciting. Andy, I love you.
I think that's why they call it an aphrodisiac.
This guy, man. Finally, my oysters steam open. It's time to start my oyster emulsion. To make the emulsion, I combine a whole egg with grapeseed oil and cooked oysters.
All right, let's go, Petey.
Then I want the consistency to be nice and thick. I'm feeling pretty stressed now because I'm running out of time, but I'll do it. I'll get there.
They smell gorgeous, Pete.
I put a circle of the emulsion in the center of the plate.
You love shucking oysters now.
Place 3 fresh oysters on top.
Pete, it's already looking amazing and I don't know what you're doing, but it looks good.
Then for the leek sheets, I need to arrange them so that they cover the oysters entirely.
Yeah, beautiful, Pete.
Pete, what did you name your dish?
Leek and oysters. Pearls come from oysters. I wanted to hide the oyster components because the pearls are hidden as well. I really like this dish because my wife loves oysters and I've always been the party pooper. I get chips and sauce to have while she has oysters.
Honestly, very technical dish, but also a very simple dish on the palate. I like the leeks because they remind me of kelp.
Yeah.
And I feel like it ties in the whole story of like oyster, ocean, pearl.